Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to yet another episode of the CxO show with me, Anza. CxO Global Forum is a knowledge sharing platform for all C levels across the globe. We take massive pride in contributing to the knowledge economy with our League of Extraordinary Thought Leaders. They're not only domain experts, but those key individuals who've made a considerable mark in the fields that they're working in. Now, I get particularly happy when there is an accomplished lady joining us. And today we've got a very accomplished lady called Miss Aliya Ahmed, who's going to be joining us. She's the head of digital channels at UBL. Welcome to the show, Aliya.
Thank you very much, Anza, and thank you for CxO Global for inviting me to this show. Very excited to be part of it.
Amazing. So you currently are at a very key position at one of the largest banks in Pakistan. But what I want to do is sort of rewind a little, and let's start with where your professional journey began and how did you end up here?
Yeah, sure. So I started my career after doing my BBA honors, and I continued my MBA in the evening, and I joined United Colors of Benetton, and I was the sales manager there. And it's a fashion brand, basically. We had around 5 outlets of Benetton at that point of time in Pakistan, and that's what I was managing. And in addition to that, I was also doing a few projects with Italian consulate and Japanese consulate for the trade promotion activity. And after 2 years, then I moved to BASF, which is the world largest chemical company. And I joined them in the capacity of a sales manager for leather chemicals division. So I think I can claim that I was the first lady who has visited Kasur and Sialkot tanneries,
Wow.
and people had the shock of their lives because they've never seen a woman in the sales capacity entering these tanneries for talking to them about leather processing. Since I was a business degree holder, I didn't know myself about these chemicals. So I went to Germany, and BSF sent me to make me understand exactly what is this process of leather manufacturing, and I learned that. And with that, I mean, at that point of time, I was able to grow the business when actually the industry was going down. And after 2 years, BSF was a pure sales organization. They have decided that if we would like to convert it into a marketing organization, and worldwide they had taken that challenge. And I was also, one of that person who initiated it for Pakistan. And then I was looking after the whole chemicals division for marketing for BSF, and that was in total for another 4 years, so 6 years in BSF. And the third jump was to a remittance company. So if you can notice that every time I was going to a totally different industry
Different industry.
altogether. And this is something which people usually don't do, but I think I find it challenging and exciting at the same time. And then I was lucky to find employers who were also willing to take that challenge, because I see that usually employers are very, very conservative about taking people from other industries. So I moved to Western Union, and I was managing Pakistan and Afghanistan market in the capacity of a marketing head. And I worked here in Pakistan for 3 years, and then they moved me to Dubai, and I was based out of Dubai for another 7 years. I was looking after the MESA region. I was the director of marketing for the MESA region, which included India and Bangladesh. And if you look at Western Union, we had around 500,000 locations, and out of that, 100,000 were based out of India. So it was quite an interesting journey over there. There were a lot of changes. So you can see that, I've changed markets. I was very closely working with US, Europe, and APAC markets, because these are basically the send markets
Yeah.
for the remittances. And the receive markets are Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and so on and so forth. So, and also obviously Middle East culture is different, and those markets were new. So it took me a lot of effort to actually prove myself in that market. And it was quite challenging and very, very, very exciting as well. So in total, I worked there, but pure marketing and business capacity for 10 years. And then I decided to come back to Pakistan. And this time I joined a bank. So bank is completely again. So remittance is one part which is there in the bank, but banking sector is very, very different. And I've joined, but since in Western Union, I had, digital experience. So UBL was looking for someone who can actually look after their digital marketing. And I joined them in the capacity of someone who will be looking after the digital marketing
Right.
stuff here. But then later on, I'm now, handling not only the marketing piece, the digital marketing piece for the digital banking group, but also the business.
Brilliant.
My responsibilities here at UBL are to ensure that the customers that we have, they are fully enabled on our digital channels. So they are registered with our app, net banking, and they are doing their transactions on them without the hassle of going into a branch, and everything is there on the palm of their hands. So that's
Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah. And, what a wholesome career. Amazing to hear about it. But let me ask you this. So, if I were to ask you, what does your day-to-day role entail as the head of digital channels for UBL? What would you say? How does walk us through a typical day?
Yeah. So see, my KPIs are basically I have to ensure that the bank's customers are registered on our UBL digital app and net banking. They are transacting. We have everything available on our digital channel, which means the entire ecosystem is complete in terms of our service and offering, whatever we are offering them from the branches. So I cannot say that we are 100% there, because there are still a couple of services for which you need to, in any case, go to a branch. But most of it is there. And then those services are seamless. So, we have to make and ensure that the customer journeys are seamless and they are finding it easy to use our digital channels. So,
Correct.
so we've got teams basically which are there placed in the branches, as well as through our outbound team, which are calling customers to
Yeah.
educate them. Pakistan is a unique market, so I can say that here customer needs a little bit of hand holding before they
Mhm.
are really comfortable with the digital channel. So my responsibilities includes this as well, that our customers are, first time I induce trial, they make use of this, and then when they get comfortable, then they do not leave digital channels. Then they don't go, then they stop going to a
100%.
branch completely. Yeah.
So, a big target audience for digital channels is obviously millennials and mostly now Gen Z. I was reading a study the other day where a lot of emphasis was put on the experience part uh, of the digital banking, fintech. Um, Now, since UBL transitioned from a conventional, traditional bank to now entering digital channels, uh, what are the kind of strategies that you're implementing to ensure a smooth customer experience?
Yeah, very good question, Anza. So, see, we've got a dedicated design thinking lab where, before we launch anything to our digital channels, it goes through a rigorous process of understanding the customer need. We put customer at the middle of everything. Then we design those journeys. We have these workshops where the entire bank is there in terms of the representation from each department to see that, we have a say from compliance, from legal, from operational risk at that point of time while we are designing the journey. Then once we develop the prototype, we ask our customers, a sample of our customers, to come over. We take them through this. Then, once it is also launched, we do a beta launch with a selected group of customers. They try it, give us their feedback, and then we do a proper launch of that feature. So we
Brilliant.
make sure that we take a lot of input from our customers. They understand why we are doing it, how they need to use it, and then they give very, very important input into the whole process. So that's how we are going about it.
Sounds great. Now, Alia, since you've also had tons of experience in different segments and you've been in a leadership position for some time, if I were to ask you today, what is your leadership style like? What would you say?
Yeah, interesting question. See, I think I'm a person who is very hands-on. I would like to understand what's happening around, but I also delegate to my team members with timelines and with KPIs for any or every action that they need to do. But for example, if we have a major project which is of strategic importance, then I would involve myself into it definitely, because that's something which we are doing for the first time, or that it has a lot of stakes in it. So I look at project to project, assignment to assignment, and then decide based on the importance of it. Most of the time I give a lot of autonomy to my team members, and then there are other projects where I would like to be involved.
Lovely. Now, there's always this scenario where we keep hearing about someone who's, rising up the ranks in terms of corporate leadership, where they feel like, what is our reason to get up and show up to work every day? What is the motivation? I understand for the young and mid-career professionals, it could be monetary remuneration, it could be, climbing up the ladder. But when you've already reached the top, what convinces you to wake up in the morning and show up to work?
So when we were studying, we looked at this Maslow hierarchy of needs. So when
Yes.
you have food, shelter, and everything available, then it's self-actualization.
Actualization. Yeah.
So I think in my case, it's that. And if I don't get the challenges on daily basis, then I get bored, because you have to reinvent yourself every day. You have to think about things creatively, because obviously, let's suppose if you want, take the example of COVID times. If all the branches were shut down, everyone was looking at digital, that we need to give now the solutions to our customers, and we had only 24 hours in a day, to develop things and roll them out, etc. But then at that point of time, you have to think really hard, that these are some of the solutions based on data. You looked at
Yeah.
that, what are your key critical services that customers require at this point of time, and where are the majority of the customers looking at. So I think all these things are basically giving you a fuel, energy every day, where you get new challenges, and when you deliver, then you take the pride out of that.
Mhm.
So I think that's something which keeps me going.
Very inspiring to hear that. Now, moving on, we spoke about the young professionals and mid-career professionals of today. There is this narrative that's going around, obviously, with the advent of ChatGPT 3 and AI, and the advancements in fintech as well. Now, we are moving towards an era of more and more branchless banking, and it's a reality that we have to accept. It has made a lot of young and mid-career professionals a bit concerned about their future. What is your advice to these individuals about how they can be more future ready? What are some of the skills that they must acquire?
Yeah. I think, see, the jobs will never be a problem, in my opinion. It's only the skills that you need to keep updating, and you need to be sure, you need to be looking out at what's coming in the future. So, for example, with the advent of Chat GPT, people are saying that all the copywriters' job will be gone.
Yeah.
Uh, but then while you are experimenting with all these tools, still you need to give a lot of input into these tools to get the best output. So that's one way of it. I don't think so that the jobs could be 100% eradicated, but there will still be people who will be doing the copywriting through these mediums. However, maybe the
Okay,
number
let's
of
talk about client-facing scenarios. So now we know
Mm,
more and more call center agents or support staff that
mm.
was earlier available via phone calls is now being replaced by chatbots or WhatsApp help. So, what do you think we can do with these individuals to sort of ensure that they have a place in the market tomorrow?
Yeah. So again, it is about, updating your skills. So we all know that AI is the future, machine learning, cryptocurrencies, and people are
Yeah.
making tons of money, and especially the freelancers. I mean, I work for a bank, so I know how much money is coming
Yeah.
through businesses for these freelancers. And these concepts were previously not there. It was only that people need to go into a call center to do their 9 to 5, or 5 to whatever job. But now people have acquired these skills, and they are serving different industries by acquiring those skills. So you need to keep yourself updated at all times. Make sure that you know what's happening. And now there's a lot of content available, even on how to train yourself. When
Mm.
I was younger and I was going to the university, we had only selected mediums where we can
Yeah.
actually refer to. Now you can actually do your courses from LinkedIn, from YouTube, from here, and these are free courses. So why don't we keep
Absolutely.
ourselves updated? What's stopping us?
Right. I think it's all about a mindset.
Yeah.
Moving on, in your professional journey, did you have any mentor or mentors that really helped you get here? And how important are mentors to somebody's career progression and development?
No, absolutely. Mentors are very important because obviously they have experience, their experiences which they share with you, and you learn from them about certain challenging situations. So in my case, I usually refer to my mentors when I'm stuck in a challenging situation. And even in our religion, it is said that if you don't have anyone, talk to the wall. It will give you, when you will hear your own voice, it will give you more ideas. So it is very, very important that you talk and you speak to people who are experienced, and who know about the industry, who know about how to handle certain kind of situations. So yes, and I think I keep relationship with all my ex bosses. They have helped me a lot grow in my career. And even today, so my first boss was Mr. Aziz Memon,
Yeah.
who's chairman of.
United Colors of Benetton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So even today, if I have a challenging situation, I go to him and I speak to him about it, and he gives me very good advice and recommendations.
Great. Sounds amazing. Now, enough about work. Now, tell us what is it that we would not be able to gauge about you from your LinkedIn profile? Perhaps a hobby, an area of interest, any social work, but any one fact about you that we couldn't tell by looking at your LinkedIn profile.
Okay, so one thing is that I'm an avid traveler. I actually have given myself a goal of at least exploring 2 countries a year. I've been to 65 countries so far.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and this list keeps increasing. I love it actually. And in order to break the monotony in my life, I think this is something which is really giving me a spark every time I come back from a holiday. So that's something that I really enjoy doing. Other than that, I'm a very social person. I think my LinkedIn profile actually can tell you that. But I'm part of Rotary Club, and I'm into social services. I try to do certain projects, and I love meeting new people.
Brilliant. It's been an honor and a privilege, Miss Aliya Ahmed. We are very grateful that you could contribute today and inspire so many people. Please keep contributing to the knowledge economy. But before I let you go, I have one last question to ask you for this interview. What do you think is the utility of forums like CxO Global?
First of all, I think it's a brilliant initiative, and hats off to you guys for actually, you've got so many recognized and industry leaders as part of your forum. That's a big task to, collect everyone under one umbrella. So that's an amazing job. But I think forums like these, first of all, it is all about interactions, and you guys also provide this platform. So I've been your member only a week or 10 days, and I've met already quite a few people through this forum. So, and then when you are working for a certain kind of industry, you have every knowledge and all the information related to that particular industry. But in this forum, you meet people from other industries as well, and you get to know about what's happening in their industry. So I think it's very important from that perspective as well. And obviously, as you said, knowledge sharing. You've got a WhatsApp group. Every day, people are posting articles, news about different things happening around the world. So I think hats off to you guys for this initiative.
Really. So congratulations to the team of CxO Global Forum. As I always say, your network determines your net worth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you next time with another special guest.
Thank you, Anza.